3 eastbound, 7106 Franklin Avenue, possible left here. Traffic 0625 Adam. Construction fire.
Change all units location 3009 10th Street. 1022, code 983. 460 man, every second.
60, clear the remain.
Morning everybody, we're on scene of a huge fire right next door to Tina Marie downtown. Firefighters have been working on this for like, I don't even know, 30, 45 minutes, and they're still hitting it from downstairs and the back of the building here. Still lots of flames, but the roof is really on top of it. So they got the ladder up, and they just now started putting water on the roof from the ladder truck. I've been here on scene the whole time. I was actually first on scene, but I wasn't live. So I got lots of footage real quick, and this is really starting to, you know, drag out. So I thought I'd go live and let you guys see the footage. I will post up the footage later, the flames that I got when I first got here. There's a firefighter over on the other roof over here. They are fighting to protect the museum and the other neighboring businesses. They did make entry to that business. It's like something Sensations. And then Tina Marie, they made entry there. Obviously the roof is on fire across, you know, most of these businesses here. Mostly on the corner side, but the report initial came out that the window was broke and flames were inside, and that was the building or the business right next to Tina Marie's. This is Chester and 20th Street. So the address is going to be Chester and 20th. I'm not sure what the name of the business is though. Hello Snout family, good morning. Big fire here. I've got lots of footage from when I first got here, but this fire just keeps raging on. So I went ahead and went live for you guys. I will edit the video and post it up from when I first got here, but for now this fire is raging on, and there's actually a little sprinkle out here, and it's not from the firefighters. There is a little sprinkle in town, but definitely not enough to even deal with you know, a raging fire like this. That little bit of water evaporates right away. And this is the first scene that we've been on with the ladder truck up in the air. So I do want to film the ladder truck pretty, and there's lots of ambers floating in the air. So I want to film that. No, Diane, it's right next door. It went out as that was the name that the RP gave because they didn't know the name of the other place. So they just used that as a landmark. So it went out over the air as Tina Marie's, but I mean technically they're on fire too. But the initial flames and everything started next door, and you'll see in the footage later that is the very first business. Tina Marie's is the corner, and the very next business, broken windows, flames inside, but they used the name Tina Marie's over the radio. But it was actually next door. But they are, you know, clearly on fire. Their roof is flaming. Firefighters have made entry into their business, and they're, you know, doing their best to protect it. But I can zoom in right now. Look, they're on fire downstairs. Hold on. Look straight through here. This is not a reflection. So they're trying to do what they can, but Tina Marie's is, you know, they're on fire in the back. So that's looking straight through Tina Marie's. They are on fire. Their roof obviously is on fire. The fire spread through the roof from the neighboring business. So that's in the back of Tina Marie's right there. But their front is saved right now. Their front, you know, for the most part is not damaged by flames. Firefighters did have to, you know, use a, not a chainsaw, but whatever cutter they use. I can't think of the name right now, but they cut the chain, the lock in the front to make entry, and they're doing their best to protect Tina Marie's and the other business next door. So there is firefighters on the roof here. They've been inside. This business looks to be good. It looks like there's a really stern brick wall or some sort of wall that protected that business. The flames never really crossed over, it seems. Thank you, Kathy. I'm trying to get you guys some good shots. I will edit the footage. I do have footage from when I first got here. So when I first got here, the flames were on the front of the business, and I can see flames going up the outside. It's all burnt right now, but there was huge flames coming out the front. And they weren't really on the roof, but now it's all mostly on the roof. It burned straight through this business that's next to Tina Marie's, but Tina Marie's is on fire down there. The firefighters are doing their best to protect it. Yes, Diane, this is a sad situation for the business owners. Rick, no, this is right next door though. I panned earlier. It's 1, 2, 3 building or shop fronts. It's 3 shop fronts over. So, but the museum is protected because the business next to this that I just showed like a minute ago, it didn't go over. So this business is the second business in, or the first business from the corner. And so it went, instead of going to the north, it went south to Tina Marie's up in the roof. So it spread through the roof to Tina Marie's, but it was kind of protected from going the other direction. But the roof is really cooking. It really doesn't want to go out. The roof really has a lot of fuel apparently. So they're fighting it. No, it's not the museum. It is next door, like 1, 2, 3 shop fronts. So it is 3, addresses down. Hey Chris, welcome everyone. Please share this out, guys, if you don't mind. Please share it out so people can get the message. It is early morning, but if you share, people in other countries might see it. So I got a lot of footage from when I first got here, the front of the store. I got flames from the front, just as they first started putting water on it. So I will upload that later. Diane, there is a huge, tall, the roof of the museum is a lot taller, and it is to the left a little ways. and I showed it just a little while ago. I will pan again if you guys want. I will show you guys where the museum is, okay guys? And the museum is so technically I think these buildings are considered one story. I think they have a tall ceiling. I don't think they have a second story upstairs. So the museum is a second story, or maybe even a third. So that's the museum right there, where the raised roof is. So that's where the museum is, the big tall building. So our firefighter is coming down right there. They are on that building over there protecting it, watching it. It looks like there's a really solid brick wall or something that's between these two buildings, the dividing line right there, that kept the fire from spreading to the north. So to the left is the north. Oh man, let me show you guys. The roof is collapsed. Let me show you the roof collapse inside. Look at that. So that this is just, it's just completely engulfed this business, whatever it is, right here in the middle. There's still shooting water in it. The roof is just, I can feel the heat right here, guys. Like, see that? My ND filter is kicking on. So it's starting to look kind of, I don't know if you guys can see on the left side of the screen there, that's the other ladder truck on the back side of the businesses here. We have multiple arson investigators on scene. Hi, Kalinda. We are on the scene of a major fire. Ooh, see that flare up right there? We're on scene of a major fire next door to Tina Marie's. Tina Marie's is going to be impacted. Tina Marie's is going to be impacted. The store to the north of that, so Tina Marie's is on the corner. This started at a business that was next door to Tina Marie's. The report on the radio came out as a broken window and flames inside. So that's what came out over the radio. But it did say Tina Marie's, but that's, I believe they just didn't know the name of the business, or they didn't know if it's a separate business. But that's what we're on scene of. I was here early when the firefighters were initially just getting on scene and just barely putting water on it. And we were not live. I got footage, which I will upload later, but I got really good footage from when I first got here and the firefighters were just still getting here. They rolled in extra units, and 2 ladder trucks are here, I believe. I don't know if there's a third one or not. But they're hitting this fire the best they can. So that's what we got going on, and it's taking them a really long time. It's taking a lot of water to knock this down. This fire does not want to go down. Diane, if it's connected to this building and it's connected to the roof, then it probably is. I haven't been on that side. So it looks like the fire is starting to go down, but there's still a lot of ambers dropping down from the roof. I mean, it's going to be a while for the final finishing, but for the most part, there's still a glow. I mean, there's still fire on the inside there. There's still a glow. There's still, see that flame coming up? And they're still, you know, dropping down right here. And there's still, you know, a lot going on in the back. But with the roof caved in, the smoke is able to escape because a lot of that smoke was coming out the front earlier. We didn't really have anywhere to escape. So anyone who might be joining us, this is at Chester and 18th. We've been on some fires before that, I mean, I'm not sure what a 3-alarm constitutes, but we've been on some fires before. But I think this is the first one we've been on where the ladder truck was on scene, or at least was on scene when we were here. Because we've been on some fires, and as soon as they knocked the flames down, we left. But we were chasing another fire the last time. I think it was the thrift store that caught on fire, and it was the night that arsonist was running around, and there was a bunch of fires. Thank you, Kalinda. Yeah, I'm hoping nobody gets hurt as well, and unfortunately this business is definitely going to be all the way gone. So definitely bad news, definitely a a bad situation. Definitely a bad situation for the owners. Megan, I don't think that's the case. But if Dave was here, he could explain it to us. Yeah, I'd have to ask Dave about that.
Yeah, so 2:11 this morning, fire crews were dispatched to a working fire in this commercial building you see behind me. It's a 2006 Chester. The building's called Pallet for Days, and the building next door is Tina Marie's. Crews arrived on scene and reported heavy fire in the Pallets for Days building. They arrived on scene and they deployed heavy attack lines, flowing approximately 320 GPMs out of each line, trying to knock down the fire. Earlier you saw, probably in your footage, you saw heavy master streams from the ladder truck. That's a defensive operation where we're not putting crews interior. The fire was knocked down and called under control at approximately 4:10 this morning. We still have crews on scene that are working. We do not have any injuries to report. The fire is under investigation at this time. One of the messages I would share is to avoid this area because of all the safety of the firefighters and the fire equipment, at least for the next 2 hours. There's no injuries to report, and the primary search was completed of the Tina Marie's, and there was no occupants to be found in Tina Marie's. Both building owners are on scene and here to help us and guide us through this process as we go through the investigation. We have two, Pallets for Days and Tina Marie's restaurant. You know, I stated earlier, these buildings are inspected by our local crews and our Fire Prevention Bureau. And we do a yearly inspection on all our buildings and restaurants. So we don't know right now, but arson will go through and investigate, figure out cause. They'll look at video. There's a lot of things they'll go through before they determine how it started and why. No, this went 3 alarms, and what 3 alarms means to our agency is that was approximately 10 fire engines, 5 ladder trucks, several battalion chiefs, several safety officers from Kern County and Bakersfield City. So this type of incident taps our resources, and we had to move resources from the outline area to the inside of Central Valley, central area of Bakersfield. So this is a large fire we don't get very often, so it did tap our resources. We had multiple fires go on during this incident. We were able to handle those and bring those under control. So it was a tough night for Bakersfield and Kern tonight.